So now we're going to the main event, and bro, one thing the WWE they're doing good numbers because they're making their main events feel kind of important, and they're building up them throughout the show. We haven't heard anything from Punk this show. We haven't heard no interview with Punk or Moxley or nothing. Right now, we're just going to the match
or Hangman.
Yeah, Hangman. Nothing. They did not even address Hangman Page this show, which is the one thing the fans, besides this match, were most interested in hearing is how he was going to respond.
And I actually, you know what I actually thought?
What?
I actually thought there's a very good chance that during the match, Hangman comes out and CM Punk.
Right. That's what I thought. And I would think, okay, I guess that's what they're doing because it's a very simple angle. You could probably see this coming my way, but I guess that's what they're doing. That's what I thought. Okay.
Me too.
So the finishing sequence of this match was atrocious. Punk unloaded on Moxley in the corner, like 10 punches to the head, 10 knees to the solar plexus and stuff, everything. Moxley just completely. The referee pulls him back. Moxley completely no-sold every single thing that Punk did to him. Got up and headbutted him. Went for a clothesline. Punk ducked, then turned around and hit him with a side head kick, and then sold his ankle like he hurt his ankle when he threw the kick. It was overselling it. The referee went over. They're trying to make it like a shoot. They called for the doctor, but then Punk got up and limping on his legs, sold right into a clothesline, and Moxley gave him 2 Death Riders and pinned him 1, 2, 3 clean. Okay, then flip the bird as the 3 count was made. All right. After the match, the announce team said Punk got dominated and tested. He came back too soon. Moxley celebrated both titles as Punk was checked out by physicians, and Punk's friend and AEW coach H. Steele checked on him in the ring. That's a detail I did not need to know. That Moxley exited through the crowd in celebration. What did you think of this? This was a work, but why would you?
Well, I don't know. I just think one of 3 things happened. Either you know how everybody's bearing Punk for being selfish. Punk's like, all right, look, I'll do a job and I'll do it quick and I'll put over the guy strong, and that could have been his idea.
Because somebody said on Twitter, they said this is like they did like what Nash did with Ray, like same thing. You know, like everybody's giving Nash heat, so he said, "Well, I'll just put over Ray."
Or they could have, or they could have been Punk. It could have been Tony like disciplining him. He goes, you know what? So could have been a couple of reasons. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure which one. Well, I don't know which one.
Let me add this. Still,
I know you read it in Pro Wrestling Insider.
No, there's still, according to Meltzer, this is still the main event for All Out. So from my perspective, it's like, all right, which one of your reasons that they did this leads into them just having a rematch right away? You know, is it going to be Punk saying I wasn't at full strength and I'll beat your ass in Chicago?
Well, he's got the built-in excuse of the foot.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of hype, and it wasn't the time to do a short match because I texted people like, hey, check this out. My wife was watching, and it was just like 3 minutes, and all I got was confusion from people going, what the hell was that? You know?
Yeah, it made the show bad.
It was a letdown
that they did this weird they're.
I kind of liked it because it reminded me of that Goldberg match when he first
Lesnar.
Came back and Brock Lesnar. It's like, wow, you know, it could end at any time. We don't normally see something so I'm going to give him credit for being different. I really will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that this is not like the Goldberg match.
Right.
Okay, because here's what they did.
I meant in it being it quick and being a swerve and being unexpected. You expected this match to go long.
Right.
Here's another thing we haven't brought up, which you got to give him credit for. Nobody bled, especially Moxley.
Right. So, But let me say this: Punk pulled a classic. Let's pretend, okay, that this is AEW 25 years ago.
Right.
And CM Punk is being the character is being played by Raven, okay?
Right.
And Raven has been, ornery. He's been going into business for himself out there and stuff and all that, right? And now the owner is getting a little pissed off at him and say, okay, you got to go do a job at Goldberg, right? Do you remember that night that we were doing the Saturday night table? He had to do the job for Goldberg, and he had Canyon come in and give him a move,
right?
To me, this was like Punk could not put Moxley over clean. He had to work an injury angle and try and make it like a shoot, like I hurt my ankle, and that's why I lost. Right. Okay, because that's the only twist. I would say it's different than because Brock put Goldberg over straight up clean.
Right.
No one is just right. He gave him my moves, but this was like a thing.
But we don't know if Tony. We don't know if Tony
like,
said let's use the foot as an excuse and let's protect you a little bit. So we don't know whose idea it was. That's the thing.
Right. But I did not like this piece of business, to be honest with you.
I was all right with it. I did like it just because I didn't
surprise
expect
factor. Right.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like surprises when everything's always so predictable.
Like, perfect example. Like, I was surprised. This is how much it surprised me. I have it on, and like I'm at work. I've got the TV, the thing on. I had to go over and like copy some stuff, and I came back and the match was over.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What the?" I was like, "What?" I was shocked. You know.
But think about this, Disco. If this would have been a 15-minute match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have remembered it as much as a
no?
So I think that the fact that it was so quick and you're like. I'm still thinking about it today. Like, wow, they actually did that. You know what I'm saying? I think that in itself shows it kind of worked.
Well, but I think what it also shows to me though is that there is some backstage turmoil and stuff still going on because, bro, they've got a main event, a pay-per-view coming up in 9 days. They still haven't announced the main event yet.
It's supposed to be that, but I mean,
that has not been announced.
What, Joe?
Punk and Moxley per Meltzer,
which is weird. He
Rematch?
just got finished and. You're going to go back to a match 9 days later where we don't even know if his ankle's fine? That's kind of a weird – that's what I'm saying. This is a weird piece of business.
Well,
I don't
It's said that you'll hear from Punk on Friday. They didn't tape anything last night, so no one can spoil it. So it's kind of, we'll see what he says Friday.
He should theoretically, logically still be injured.
Yeah,
right.
It's only 9 days.
I mean, if you're in that much pain – that you crumbled and you had to be helped out of the ring and you're okay 9 days later.
Yeah.